Hi folks, welcome to my Bit Retro Journal. This is September and I'm going to be working with my TRS-80 Model 3 for Septandy. And there's two things I want to do with it today. One, a while ago I took out all the RIFA caps. There are two per power supply and there's two power supplies, one for the main unit and one for the floppy drives. And even though I've read that it doesn't really cause any issues, it's really more for filtering noise on the line, I still have always wanted to replace them just in case that's not 100% true. I think they're unneeded otherwise, but I ended up ordering some from AliExpress, and if I have them, why not put them in? So I want to do that, which is going to require taking my Model 3 apart. And then also, while I have it apart, the top floppy drive doesn't work, so I'm going to clean it and see if I can't get it to function properly again. And so maybe oil it a little bit, clean it with isopropyl alcohol, and try to get that to work. So that's kind of my hardware project this week for my participation in Septandy. I actually don't have the computer here. I have it at the office, so I'm going to film the rest of it there. So let's head there. I've got my TRS-80 Model 3 apart. Basically, there's a caddy that holds the two floppy drives. I have them out. And then one power supply bolts on this way, and the other power supply bolts on that way. I had, so there's a RIFA cap that goes here, and one that goes here. And I actually just pulled them out. I've got them right here, broke them out. And they're the 0.1 microfarad. And so I did buy from AliExpress replacement ones. And these are nicer solid state ones. And so that's one of the first things I'm going to do is I'm just going to put these back in here. I'm going to have to kind of bend these. So I've got a pair of pliers here. I think what I want to do is just kind of bend them out and have them stand up a little bit. Let's see if that's going to be long enough to actually fit in here. Yeah, that's going to go. That's going to be one, and they don't need any order. Okay. And then I have a second one. Same thing, 0.1 microfarads. Like I said, these things don't necessarily protect the computer. I think they just prevent noise from getting on the line. But why not? These are like $1 from AliExpress. And yeah, let's just get this going. And there's two sets of holes. I think the original RIFAs were in the outside set, but it's the same. Yeah. I think this actually works a little better. All right, I'm gonna go solder off camera, and I'll be back. They're soldered in. Yeah, looks pretty good. And on this one as well. So yeah, I will have to put this back together at one point. But before we do that, and of course, hopefully this all still works. This is the back one. So I will say these are really, these old machines are just really nicely designed. Look, they have metal insets so that you're not going into plastic. So they really did a nice job with these old machines. And they're also so easy to open up and actually, get into. I guess I should think about. Some of these are not metal, but they're plastic screws. They're into plastic, but the top parts here are into metal. And if I recall, this goes in this direction. And yeah, so this goes in like that. sits in the back, and I think this is the power supply for the, hold on, so we've got, those are the two plastic ones. Oh, that's the metal one. That's the power supply, I think, for the disk drives. No, that's not. That's the power supply for the main motherboard. The one on the side of the disk drive is a power supply for the disk drive. And this goes into metal, so that actually should work pretty well. And the caps look pretty good, so there's no issue with that. So, yeah. Goes together quite nicely. And this goes into a plastic insert. Doesn't require too many turns. And then this one goes, where are you? I believe that's right there. Just, that one might require a little bit more. Oh no, I see where it is. The problem is this, I do have a piece of magnet that helps. There we go. That's a nice, it's a pretty powerful magnet. I think this is going to help. Yep, there we go. And so this should go, there it is. Yeah, and that's nice and tight. And so, and that is the motherboard for, and then these go in, I believe. That's the top one. That's the middle one. I mean, I think they're all the same. That's the middle, and that's the bottom. Yeah. Oopsie. There it goes. It goes in, and so that, yeah. There's one more plug that plugs in, but for the most part, so that powers the motherboard, and yeah, there's one more plug, that's this one that goes into here, and then crosses over to the other one. So I'm not sure what that does. It's like drawing the power in parallel. But yeah, and so then the other motherboard goes into what the disk drives are. But before I do that, what I want to do is look at the disk drives. So I do have this one here. This is the top one. This is the one that's been giving me trouble. Hold on, let me bring it here. This is the one that's been giving me trouble. And what I want to do is clean it. Now, these things are pretty easy to, so it has these two little grommets here, and you have to, from the underside, you push up this little plastic piece, and then it just pops out. So it's kind of nice. It goes pretty easily. And then you just, and this one also pops out. Then it just slides and opens up, and voila. You've got your disk drive, and there's not too much to it. So what I want to do with this one is really just, I'll put it on its side. I just want to use some isopropyl to clean this and then grease it up. Got a little bit of grease. So this is the thing that the track, that's what I'm worried is actually, so I do have, I've got some lithium grease, and it's actually for cars. I have a little bit of lithium grease left. And then I've got a cotton swab. So what I want to do is first take some 90% isopropyl alcohol and clean it. Because, yeah, that's the first thing you got to do. And just clean all the good out of both of these two tracks. And then the aim is I'm going to hopefully just re-grease those tracks, and maybe that's what'll fix it. I might put I also have, so I came as prepared as I could. I've used this oil on my Sinclair QL on its micro drive, so this is 3-in-1, so it's good to have. But yeah, what I want to do is, and this is the, because it's a belt drive system, let me show you. And this is a nice strong belt, but I feel like this is a little hard to turn, so I might do a little bit of oiling. Sorry, I had this in my mouth, so it sounds like I'm mumbling. So I want to oil that as well. Maybe put a drop of, I'd have to figure out a way to do without getting oil all over the place. But right now what I want to do is just clean that. And yeah, see if I can't get this to move better on the track. Kind of feel like that's where it's having trouble. And certainly it's not horribly dirty, but really if there's lithium grease in there, I just want to get all that old stuff out. Can I get it from the other side too? Yeah. There we go. Got lots of holes in there. So it gives you good access, but the hope is that, and then I'll put the whole thing together. I'm not going to do the reassembling on camera either, just because it's just hard to do. All you're going to see is my back or my hands. All right, so is that clean? I'm going to say it is. Oh, and that's the motor, I think, that moves it. I'll have to see if that needs oiling too. But what I want to do is just do the lithium grease a little bit. And so I have, it's for connector grease, dielectric grease. But it says it's 100% pure silicone grease. And so it's nice and white from what I recall. And it has a, there it goes. It's going to come out. There it is. Yeah, this is the kind of grease I actually want. So I want that. And I kind of want, what I want is actually to smear that grease onto the track. Yeah, there he goes. And then also on the track below. I'm worried if I use a cotton swab, it'll actually just soak it up mostly, and I have limited grease. So I just want to smear it on here. This is, yeah, it says silicone grease. Is that going to be, I hope I don't, I mean, I can always clean it off if it makes it worse, but, it might be too sticky. Yeah, I don't know. Let me, So now the question I have, let me come back. I got to do a little bit of research on the grease. All right, I'm back, and a little bit of research, and it actually says that, at least this is Google's AI says, yes, dielectric silicone grease can be good for option for lubricating floppy drives, especially for the spindle and other moving parts. It's non-conductive, long-lasting lubricant, resists moisture. So, I mean, we'll see. Let me know what you guys think. I mean, I don't want to oil it. I have silicone grease somewhere, but I can't find it. And I thought, I guess I was thinking this was silicone grease, but it's dielectric. I mean, I thought it was lithium grease, and it's dielectric silicone. So yeah, I don't know, but it says it's okay, and it seems to, you know, we'll see. I mean, I don't want to gook things up, but it's easy enough to clean. So if it doesn't work, it doesn't work. So the other thing I want to do here is, want to be careful I don't destroy anything, is I kind of want to try to get oil underneath this, because I feel like this could use a little bit of dab of oil. So what I can do is try to find something thin, like maybe, yeah. So try to get a little bit of oil on the tip of that. It's an art, not a science, but oil on the tip. And then we're just going to try to shove her in there without hitting the belt. There we go. Let me just get it in there a little bit, and then again, it's not my first rodeo. I do this with the QL all the time, and what I've learned is if you can just get it around the shaft, it'll work itself in there. So I'm going to do a little bit more. I can try something else too. Hold on. I don't want to get it too messy, but I'm getting to the end of the shaft. All right, so now let's see if we spin it. Yeah, and then the idea is this will work itself slow, and I'm going in this direction, and it'll work itself slowly in. So it's the other way to try is I do have a safety pin, and yeah. So let's try with a safety pin. So again, we're just going to put a little dab on here. Never be greedy with oil. There we go. Yeah, see, now I have it flowing. Thing is that I don't want is I don't want it to drip. Oh, okay, I don't want it to drip. There you go. Just go in, kind of follows the contour of the metal. So it did deposit, and so now, I don't know about this part. Yeah, I assume this has bearings, so I'm not gonna even try. But it was not feeling very soft and smooth. So that's definitely feeling good. And again, it's going, turning it is going to cause it to get into the mechanism. Let me know what you guys think. Am I screwing it up? I'm only going to do the top drive since it wasn't working. Well, let's see. Well, the lithium grease, the silicon grease I'm worried about now. But I'm hoping that. And then, of course, there's also this thing right here, which is another motor that actually spins. And I don't know what to do with that. So that, I can't even get it to move. So I assume, let me look at this off camera for a second without dropping anything. Yep, okay. Actually, we can do the same thing. There's actually a shaft right down there. I just can't get it to spin, but I can get the oil to deposit in there. So I think what I'm going to do, since it's not too hard to... Yep. What I want to do is... do I want to do I think I'll do the other drive as well, just to be, why not? It can't hurt. All right, so that's the top drive that was giving me trouble. Let me get this off camera, make sure I don't drop it. This is the other one. This is the bottom drive. That's been working just fine. And same thing with this. These things just pop out. I mean, I've already kind of poked at it. Okay. Yeah, that'll pop out. And then that'll pop out. Oh, don't bend it. Okay. And same thing with this. You slide it back. Yeah, there it goes. All right, and here we go. Put this card out of the way. I have a new cotton swab, and I mean, there's nothing in there, but it can't hurt to. I might as well go for broken. I'll use the grease since Google says it's okay. I can always just clean it up if I have to. It's not the end of the world. It's not getting into anything other than that particular bar. I mean, it's just, there's two metal bars where the thing slides on. And I don't know how grease is supposed to feel. The silicone grease feels thick. And I guess I just don't know if I should be looking for like looser grease. Yeah, I'm just doing it from the back here. You can only get in there so much. I mean, it seems to be mostly dry. So whatever grease has been on there has gone, long gone. I'm going to do this. I'm going to bend this. There we go. So I can get under on the other side. And then I'll get on the other side. Not there, but here. And here. And here. Other side of that. Yeah. This is not, it's not going on the other side of that. I tried moving this, but it's pretty stubborn. Oh no, it doesn't move. Okay, good. Yep. And then can we move it back? I don't want to break anything. Right? The whole point is do no harm. Okay. Boy, that is definitely not smooth. I'm hoping when I put the grease on. Okay. So I think that's good. And then once again, we go back to the grease and hoping that I am not making this worse. But I'm trusting Google. So we're going to go. It is grease. It is greasy. There we go. And again, I'm just squeezing more of the stuff out. These, I think, are $1 packets of grease that you buy. But again, silicone. Yeah, I'm almost out. Pretty pathetic, right? I should have bought some grease. Maybe the grease is also old. This is a more than 10-year-old grease, but maybe it'll, there it goes. All right. All right, let's see what happens when we do. Yeah. Oh, I know where else I need to grease it. Hold on. Sorry for being off camera here. Gotta squeeze more of this. Oh no, because it's not really that important. But so I was actually thinking, what about right here? And so the final thing, obviously, is on this one. I want to see if I can't oil it. So in there is a shaft, and we're going to oil that. We're going to oil it again. And then the final one is going to be, oops, yeah, let's have it sitting like that. Oh, like that, I guess. And I think I'm going to use this for that. Put a couple of drops of oil in here. Okay, that's good. And then that's just going to go down underneath. There it goes. The oil has been deposited. Hitting both sides of the shaft, and then, yeah, that one I think was already spinning nicely. All right, I think the only thing that's left to do is to put it all together and see if it works. So I'm not going to do the tape putting this together, but I'll come back and then I'll show you what I have after I put it all back. All right. Okay, I got the machine back together. The bezel's all nice and solid. I got the two drives in. The two power supplies are all hooked up. I got TRS-DOS 1.3 running, and it kind of works. I actually made a formatted this and then made a backup. So I have dir 0. You can see this on this monitor here. I've got dir 1. Okay. I can say list LPC CMD on 0. And I can say list LPC CMD on 1. Does the same thing. So the drives do seem to work. I'll play more with that, but that's really all I wanted to do today. Get those drives back up and running and the power supply working. So yeah, I'm gonna finish here then. So thanks for joining me. Watch other Septandy videos. That should be fun. I'm gonna have one more out where I think I'll finally play with trying to get some software on using probably my grease weasel to get it on a TRS-DOS, TRS-80 DOS, either 1.3 or LDOS discs. Okay, so thanks for joining me, and I'll see you next time.